Hi everyone. Welcome to our rich conversation with Richard Tan.
Cool. It's post-circuit breaker time. Post-circuit breaker. Post-circuit breaker. If you're just joining us, please don't be shy. Say hello. Say hi. So come on. I want every one of us to type. It's post-circuit. Who? Lois, how's your first day of the post-circuit?
Actually, pretty much it remains the same. So I'm still working from home. Yeah. I saw on Facebook you went to meet your hero, right? Who's your hero?
Yes. Oh, my father. I'm so happy to see my father. All right,
And
let's see. What?
How long have you not seen him?
I haven't seen him since April 7th. So today was a happy reunion. So David is happier. Let's see who's online. Hey, Richard Wong. What? Richard Wong is here to listen to Richard Tan. I wonder whether they have some connection. Are they related? All right, if you've just come on, don't be shy. Just say hi. I promise you we don't bite. We are exceptionally happier today because it's post-circuit. Who else is coming? Come on. Surprise us. All right. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we got to celebrate because it's post-circuit breaker. Yeah. We are your hosts. A big welcome to everyone. Welcome to the Rich Conversation. We are your hosts, David ECD and all right.
And I'm
Our focus is all about how you can become richer. Who wants to be richer? If you want to be richer, I want you to type in the comment section, I want to be richer. I want to be richer. I want to be richer. So funny, you know, right? Before we come in and before we have Richard Tan to come in, we are asking everybody to say Richard. So it almost sounds like Richard Tan, right?
Yeah, that's true. Because the first few words starts with that also. Richard and Richard.
Exceptionally happy today. Richard, everybody supporting him. Yeah.
Supporting my fellow golf kaki. Great bro. Wow.
Cool.
So they play together. Hi, Alex. Thanks for joining us.
More people are coming in. Lovely. Fantastic. Okay, let's move on. Here we go.
Okay, so guys, help us to like and share our video. Okay, so that more people can benefit from what we hear from Richard Tan today. I'm sure he has a lot of lessons, a lot of tips that he can share with us. So do us a favor, help us to like and share on this video.
Share this broadcast because we want to make as many people richer as possible. All right. Now we want to thank all of you for joining us this evening. Today we have with us a special guest, Richard Tan. Right. Richard Tan's career started as a mechanic in the Singapore Air Force. After several years in the RSAF, he started his own F&B business. Unfortunately, the business venture failed. But from 2020 to 35, he tried his hand at everything. He was a mechanic, he was a bus driver, he tried his hand at F&B, etc., etc. But what I love about Richard is this. He didn't let the setbacks set him back. Wow. He continued onward and forward. Soon he delved into property and started excelling in that particular field. Today, while holding a GCEO level, he has become a guru of Shophouses. So I want you to put your hands together, put them the emoji, clap, 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 or type, clap, 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 as we welcome Richard Tan to join us. Yo, Richard.
Welcome, Richard.
Hi, hello. Hello, how are you, everybody?
Okay. All right, got to see my dad today, so I'm happy. How's post-circuit breaker for you?
Yeah, today the first thing in the morning, actually, I fetched my daughter to school. So as usual, when I come back, I started my meeting lah. So it's as usual meeting. So meeting all the way until now lah, after dinner. Yeah. So business as usual. Yeah, because we cannot go out for anything. Yeah.
So it's all work for you lah, huh?
Same, still the same. Yes.
All right, Richard, we want to welcome you. Thank you for being with us today. All right. So thank you for taking time with us. We want everyone to be inspired by your story, right?
Yeah.
When we say you're a mechanic, when we say you're a GCEO level, we want to inspire everyone, right?
Yep.
How Richard became Richard. Richard can do it. We also can do it. Okay, all right.
So Richard, let's start with knowing like how money-wise, what are your growing up years like? You know, are you like more of a saver? Are you a spender? You know, are you born in a rich family, or you know, how is it like?
Okay, I think first of all I want to thanks David and also Lois for inviting me for this Facebook Live. Yeah,
you're most welcome.
So yeah, thank you so much. So anyway, my growing up, to me, I was born. Of course, I'm born in Singapore. But during my youngest age, I was staying in Batu Pahat. Batu Pahat actually was very near to JB. It's also in JB. Yeah, but it's about 3 hour. It's about 3 hour drive from so-called Woodland. So that is where I started. So-called when I was young as a kid. Actually, I enjoy playing in Batu Pahat because that is where the kampong is. That's where the kampong. Yeah. So it's only boy. Yeah, kampong boy. Yeah. So it's only when I reach almost close to primary 1. So my parents actually bring me back to Singapore. So I started my primary school. So that's where my so-called my study started from there. So of course, we cut the story short. I did not do well in my primary school, and also I did not do well in my secondary school. But I still managed to get an O level just to get an O level. Yeah. So, but after that, because of my result, I'm not able to proceed to my further education. Yeah, I'm not able to proceed to further education. So then I decided. Then I was thinking, I'm still so young. So how? Then people were talking about you can go back to NS. You can go and join NS. So then I think of NS. NS was I think it's going to be tough. At that point of time, my friend was telling me NS is very xiong. So then I think of maybe I should go and sign on. I should go and sign on. So indirectly, I go and join regular, and I just started my RSAF. Yeah. So I started my journey in Air Force.
So your friend told you because it's young, go sign on.
Yeah. Those are the old, the young day lah. So generally, for my mind, it's only enjoy and play. So at that point of time, I really just enjoy my life, not so much of thinking about anything. Yeah.
Wow.
So a very carefree and free-spirited young boy back then.
Correct. So I remember when I say again. Yeah,
No. Go ahead.
Okay, so I remember inside Air Force. Yeah, I think Air Force, even though Air Force is in NS, is a regular. So I remember during Air Force, to me, I think the key things that over the last 7-8 years I'm inside Air Force, I say I learned something from there. Yeah, reason why I say so is because in Air Force you cannot do wrong thing. You need to do things correctly. So that's something that I actually learned from Air Force. The first thing. The second thing will be, I need to be disciplined. I cannot, I need to be disciplined. That's one thing that I learned also from Air Force. The next thing that I feel that is also time management, because time management means what? I need to be on time. If I'm late, I will be penalized. Everything is about if you do wrong thing, if you are late, you are do thing, you will be you will get some penalty be it you stay back or what. So I will not want to be in this way. So I just follow rules. So that given me a lot of learning value. if you ask me.
I see.
That given me a lot of learning value from there. And I also do things step by step. So I realized I need to do things step by step so I can progress. I can progress along the way.
So, Richard,
sorry. So that is when in Air Force.
Sorry. So are these
Say
qualities what help you? Are these qualities what help you to become rich also? Because I have the next question is, what helped you become rich?
I see. I guess the principle, the character doing things, I think is important, because when you do things, you need to follow. Of course, we can make a lot of excuse. We can make a lot of excuses from there. Example, the whoever my sergeant asked me to do things, I can actually try to not doing it. But I think we should not be doing that. We should actually follow the rules. We need to make the things, whichever task that I actually achieved, whichever task that I gotten, I need to fulfill it. So that's something I have learned from there.
So from Kampong boy to NS man, right? Then slowly you took on the qualities that you learned from SAF. I think it's very important, because one of our passion is to help people become richer. So share with us, you shared about those discipline and all of that, the qualities that you learned in ICF. How did that help you become where you are today, right? So one of our audience members is listening. Our audience members are listening, and they're wondering, hey, how can I become richer? So what steps can you share with them that you experience in your life that they can also take in their life?
Actually, for me, I actually noticed that my dad, my dad actually is a bus driver. So I noticed that my dad actually worked days and night. Actually, he worked 365 days.
Yeah.
And he only rests during Chinese New Year. And in Chinese New Year, it's only two days. Usually it's 2 days. On the third day, you need the school reopen. Once the school reopen, you need to actually go back and fetch the children. So generally, he worked 365 days minus the 2 days of Chinese New Year.
Wow.
So then I realized something that actually my dad is someone that I feel he's responsible. He take care of the family. That I see him working so hard is just to make sure that my family has enough to eat, enough to live a better life. But what I know that he's working so hard, and actually I know that the income was not so high at that point of time. So but we are manageable. We still able to lead normal. So I think that principle of my dad actually has helped me to also learn from him. That I think responsibility is one of the things that I learned. Okay. And he actually did not talking about he's tired or what. I can only know that he just keep working. He just make sure he actually make enough to bring back home for us. Especially at that time, I'm working already, but I know that he's working so hard for the family. So example, during that time you mentioned about I'm a bus driver. Actually, I'm a bus driver because my dad, example, if he has something on, I am the standby driver. So
relief driver.
I gotten my class 4, so I can actually help my dad along. So example, my dad sometimes he will feel not I remember once he was not feeling well. So actually I need to take urgent leave from my Air Force so that I can come in and help to drive, because you cannot just leave the student alone. You need to be responsible to fetch all the children to school. You cannot just leave it behind. So end up I need to go in and I need to drive all the students, and my mom is the one that actually helped me to navigate where to go, where to drive, so because I'm not familiar with the route. So those are the days. Those are the days.
Wow. So if you've just come on, we want to thank you, Shirley. We want to thank you, Vincent. We want to thank you, Elaine, Alex, Grace Lin Chu. All thank you for coming on. And you're hearing Richard share that when he was younger, he did whatever he needed to do to move forward, right? He just heard him how he stood by and he helped. He was an assistant bus driver for his dad. That's part of the journey. That's part of the journey to become richer. There's nothing to be ashamed. We're going through life. Whatever we need to do, we do what it takes to become richer. So we want to thank all of you for coming on. We're having an awesome time chatting with Richard. So hang around, because later on we will have a Q&A. So you can ask Richard all the questions you want to ask him. All right, then you can take positive and concrete step towards being richer. Now, if you're with us, I want you to write in the comment section right now, I want to be richer. Not Richard, huh? I want to be richer. I want whoever is listening, just type in the comment section, I want to be richer. We're just voicing out our commitment, right? And then we want you to just share this program so that we can make as many people richer as possible. So here we are with Richard. We want to continue. So Richard, so you are a bus driver, you're helping your dad, you're a mechanic with the RSAF. Now we want to ask you, share with us about your first property purchase. How did you go about the first property purchase?
Yeah, I get married at my age of 28. Yeah, so that's the time that actually I purchased my first HDB flat. Yeah, it's a brand new flat. Actually, I went for balloting and I got the very first try. It's at Toa Payoh Lorong 7. I still remember it's block 14B. Yeah, actually I bought the property at about 200,000 range. Yeah.
Long time ago.
That's long time ago. Yes. Yeah. So actually, I sold it. Around 6 years. Yeah, and I realized that after 6 years, actually I sold it at close to 500,000, and actually I realized that actually I make close to 300,000. So just like that.
You more than double.
Oh yeah. So that actually bring me. Yeah. So that actually bring me to move forward and continue my investment journey now. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard, I know that. Yeah, since then you move on to investment, and I know a lot of people also know that about you. You love shophouses, right? And that's why we call you the shophouse guru. Share with us why you love shophouse so much, and what sparked off the interest. You can see the men's eyes glitter up, when we talk about shophouse. It's like, oh yeah, that's
Yeah. Shophouse. I think I love shophouse. One of the reasons why I love shophouse is because when I was young, when I told you during primary school, so when I shift to Singapore, so actually I stay in one of the shophouses in Geylang. I still remember that is between Lorong 32 and Lorong 34. So that row of shophouse is along that stretch, and my primary school was just behind. I just walked to school. My primary school was Mahabodhi Primary School. Actually, I'm happy because my primary school are still around. Because my daughter actually during primary school time when I admit both of them into Mahabodhi lah. Yeah.
Wow.
It was because you came from that school, is it? That's why you want them to go back.
Something, and I'm staying nearby also lah. So I think I put my both girl into the primary school. I think it's good because it is a SEP school lah, so called lah. The SEP school. Example, the dad are not doing well in the study. I want to make sure my daughter can do well. So I want to make sure that I bring them to a better school so that they can actually excel from there better.
Cool.
Okay. So because you hold a lot of fond memories when you grow up in shophouses area, so you decided, to go back investing in shophouses.
Yeah. So generally shophouses, it's not so much of even though I stay in shophouses, there's many things that I can share, to be honest. Yeah. Because shophouses, generally we're talking about, if you know about, shophouse has something called courtyard. Okay. There's air well. They call it air well. So there's also 5-foot way. You see, so all these type of memories that I'm staying inside my place. When I actually look at all the shophouses, at that time when I focus on that, and I realized that actually it's such a beautiful place. It gives me so much memory into it. So that actually pushes me, into going into and focus on that sector. Yeah. So that is where I started my shop house journey. Yeah. So you know about the airwell. Airwell actually the lights actually shine from the top.
Yes.
So you actually brighten the entire house. Yeah.
Correct.
So as for the 5 foot way, you know about 5 foot way in Chinese is called 五角鸡 or yeah, correct. It's 5 foot way. It's along the corridor. So that is where Gokaki Hokkien call Gokaki. So the corridor is something also because olden day the shop houses. You need to, if rain or shine, you can actually walk under it. So to me, same thing. When it's rain, I also walk under the 5 foot way and I walk to school. So that 5 foot way is something that I have very good memory in it because I was staying in a shop house for so many years before I shift to HDB. And my parents actually bought a HDB at that time. Yeah, we shifted to a bigger place. Yeah.
Okay, Richard, how many
So,
how many shop houses are there in Singapore right now? Roughly, a figure.
How many shop houses? Okay, generally it's around 7,000. Total is around approximate 7,000 shop houses. Yeah, and all these shop houses will be so-called that there will be no more extra shop houses built. Moving from there. Shop houses supplies are all fixed, so there will be no land for the government to build shop houses also. So yeah, so it's around 7,000 of them.
So it's a bit like landed property because there's only so much land that's being allocated in that sense.
Landed or more. Shop houses is lesser. Yeah.
Shop house is lesser. 7,000 all over Singapore.
Much lesser, yes.
So, Richard, for yourself, you love shop houses so much. You've seen so many shop houses. Which area do you like especially? Which is your favorite? Do you have any favorite areas?
Yes. Yeah, for me, because I actually went to CBD. Okay, CBD, usually I went there because that place was so vibrant. Because, during my Air Force time, I was thinking, because I went to CBD, I was thinking if I can work in CBD. If I can work in CBD, it will be good. But because of my qualification, to be honest, I will not be able to get. I don't know whether is there any job for O level student. Correct. So maybe because of that, I'm thinking, then that's the reason why I always go to CBD for meal. Then I realize, if I can work in CBD, and the shop houses in CBD is so beautiful. Especially Amoy Street. About Amoy Street, the Lois Street. Yeah. Then after that, you can talk about Stanley Street. Then how about Boat Quay? Boat Quay, along Boat Quay. Yeah, facing Singapore River. Yeah, those are beautiful. Yeah. So those are the locations that I love it. Yeah.
So your two love came together, huh?
Yeah.
Your love for shop house and your love for CBD both came together. You're very happy. So that's why you got a big smile, right? Because you love shop houses and you love the CBD so much. Okay, let's take a moment to just talk to everybody who's listening. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for listening to us. If you just joined us, we're having a rich conversation with Richard Tan. This is David ECB and Lois Ho from Richard. Right? We are passionate about helping everyone to be richer. That's right. We wanted to help as many people as possible to become richer. So how can we do that? One way we thought of is, why not have a series of conversation with other successful and rich people, so that through their life stories, lesson, tips, we can all learn to be richer. And that's why we have Richard Tan with us, because today, right, we want to build the biggest community of people who are committed to becoming richer and help others be richer. So if you want to be richer and you want to help others to be richer, do us a favor, share the program, do us a favor and write in the comment section, I want to be richer and I want to help others to be richer too. Okay, Richard, we are back to you. We love shop house, so we want to talk to you more about shop houses. Ken?
Yeah.
Hey, Ma.
Sure.
All right. Why? Share with us, a lot has been mentioned about residential property. Last week, Chris came, he talked about industrial property. But this week, we want to talk to you. Why should anyone invest in shop houses?
Wow.
What makes Shophouse special?
Yep. Yeah, this topic actually is a very good topic because majority Singaporean, to me, I feel a bit sad because majority Singaporean really actually overlook on this asset class. Reason why? Because the shop houses prices since 2012, 2013 has gone up. Before even I focus on it, the prices has already pushed up higher. So every Singaporean will come in when I talk to them, generally they feel that the prices has gone up too high, and they actually feel that the upside potential is not there. So every Singaporean who come, I would definitely share with them the reason why you should seriously focus on it. So generally, there's 5 main key factors now. The 5 main key factors will be, the number 1 factor is, I would say that the supply. As just now I did share a bit, the total supply of shop houses is around approximate 7,000 of them. But because I'm focusing on the CBD, and CBD is only less than 1,200 units.
Wow.
You just imagine, CBD actually consists, it's not whole of CBD. The CBD I'm talking about is in District 1 and District 2. So District 1 actually started from Boat Quay. So Boat Quay stretched all the way to Amoy Street, stretched all the way to Chinatown, then all the way to Keong Siak, then followed by Cantonment Road. So Cantonment Road is where the police station, Cantonment Police Station, that is Cantonment Road. The last stretch is Cantonment Shophouses. So that is in District 2. So from Boat Quay to Cantonment is only less than 1,002.
I
so
see.
This is, just imagine, I every time share with all these of my friend, I just share with them. You just imagine, I just talk about one project called the Seal and Marina Bay. Seal and Marina Bay, do you know how many units are there in Seal and Marina Bay? Maybe you can ask the audience. How many units are there? Just one project, Seal at Marina Bay.
Okay, so let's ask the audience. Okay, so if you know, can you just tell us how many units are there in the sale of Marina 1? That's a question Richard is throwing at you.
Any prizes for them, Richard? If they get the answer correct.
Yeah, I will give them. Maybe I can give them more info. I will share more information.
Yeah. So please,
motivate
Richard to share more information with you guys. How many units are there in the sale at Marina?
Richard, nobody answering. I think they don't know.
Okay. Anyway, the total unit at Seal at Marina Bay is 1,100 units. Actually, it's 1,111. So you just imagine, just by one project is already 1,001. And there's so many projects in CBD, the Marina Bay Residence, the Marina Bay Suite, the One Shenton, so many Icon, LTES, many, and many more. So, but shop houses in CBD is only less than 1,002. So supply, when the supply is fixed and the supply is so limited, so what about the demand? The demand keep coming in, especially after 2013, where the ABSD for foreigner has gone up to 15%. And include all the various cooling measures that actually impact the residential market. So at that time, shop houses become one of the hottest asset that majority I would say foreigner. First is foreigner, because foreigner, when buy a residential, you need to pay 15%. So the foreigner come and buy commercial shop houses in CBD, especially, is only pay 3%. So local and Singaporean actually pay 3%. So what I want to share, they don't need to pay ABSD. Generally, they don't need to pay ABSD, and there's cooling measure. So generally, they can just buy. So what I have seen over the last, since 2012, 13 till today, I would say majority of the purchaser who actually come in and buy shop houses in the prime district, almost 70%. Okay, I actually have the statistic. The statistic is from one of the source. The statistic actually show foreigner actually bought shop houses in 2019. The number of the percentage is close to 70%, and local actually is close to 30%. Yeah, so 70% of the purchaser for shop houses is foreigner.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I actually feel a bit sad, because the foreigner actually own all the shop houses. That's why I really want to urge all the foreign to be seriously look into it, because this our asset class. It's such a heritage, history of shop houses. So that's why you guys didn't really come in. It's a bit pity. So that is one of the anyway, I have gone through two points already straight away. Maybe I will go to the third point. The third point will be because shop houses consists of 2-story and some are 3-story, all the way up to 6-story. So you just imagine shop houses can have different flexibility of usage. You can have the ground floor F&B. Okay, you can also have the upper floor as office space. Yeah, so these are the two things. So recently there's many backpacker actually change of views and become backpacker. Okay, backpacker is in one room there's four beds. So the whole building can have 60 beds, can have 90 beds, depending on the size of the shop houses. So you can even up to 120 beds. So these are the trend that actually the tenant base actually came into shop houses. So beside the backpacker, nowadays people actually go into Soho. What is Soho? Soho means it's just as a service apartment. Okay, it's just a service apartment. And in the shop house, generally you can accumulate something like per floor is about three rooms. So second, third floor you can have another 3 rooms. So because shop house 3-story, I saw quite a number of them. And on the attic they have 1 room. So total you can have 7 rooms. And the rooms were so beautiful. The rooms actually has a proper king size bed, a proper study area, and attached toilet. So these are the places that is in CBD, and I saw them that is so beautiful. And all these aspect, all the aspect who actually work in CBD, they love to stay in this type of places. They really love it. So they are willing to pay at a higher rent because they are staying in the heritage of Singapore, a history of Singapore. So say again,
Richard, I'm curious. So how much, when you say they are willing to pay at a higher rent, how much would that be roughly?
What I know from the tenant, I think they are paying something like 4,000, but the space is quite small as compared to a condo. Okay, a one bedroom at the example Icon. Okay, a one bedroom at Icon is generally around $3,000. Okay, 3,000, or maybe some are better condition. You can rent a slightly higher, but this type of, and the size are almost 500 square feet for Icon. But I'm talking about this type of space in shop houses, Soho. The sizes is only half of them only. It's just half of them because they don't have a kitchen. Okay, generally they only have a bed, a study table and an attached toilet. So it's just like a hotel room. I would say maybe 200 square feet, 250 square feet, and they are renting double the price. Of a proper apartment. In CBD also.
So you say 7 rooms, right? So 4 times 7 per shop house, you will get about 28,000.
Yeah, but some are bigger, some are smaller. So bigger one, they actually can rent out higher. So actually, it's quite a good margin for the tenant who actually do all this business. Yeah. So recently, I also see some tenant profile like gym, and also there's also some tenant profile doing boxing. They're from Australia. These are the tenants who actually come into Singapore and bring their business in Singapore. So, and I think these are the things that actually attract a lot of Singaporeans to be also going and enjoy all the things. So, and they are all inside the shop houses. So just imagine flexibility of usage is so amazing. Unlike a retail shop.
Okay.
A retail shop.
Let's remind the audience who are listening, right? Why should anyone invest in shop houses? If you've just joined us, Richard is sharing, number one, limited supply. All right, there are only about 1,000+ units in the whole of CBD. right? In the whole of CBD, the only 1,000 plus units is limited supply. Point number two is foreigners love shop houses, right? They don't have to pay ABSD, right? And the point number three is flexible use. You can have F&B, you can have gym, you can have something to fight, right? So those are the 3 points he has shared so far. Richard, continue. We are excited. We're listening.
Okay.
Why else should you invest in shop houses?
The next point will be because of will be more on the heritage, the value. Because all these shop houses, if you see carefully, it's not unlike any inter-terrace, semi-dia. These are all typical modern houses. But these shop houses are with all the art. You can see the art, you can see the flowers, and it's all carved, on the wall of the shop houses. So, and all these things, if you ask me, all the foreigners who look at all these, they really love it. Because when I look at them, I can feel that they really love it.
You also love it.
I myself also love it, of course. I myself also love it. Yeah. So that is one because of the heritage value. So then of course shop houses, I just want to share, shop houses has two types of zoning. The first type of zoning is called full commercial shop houses. Okay. The second type of zoning is called commercial and residential. So if the shop houses is zoned under commercial and residential, these foreigners are not allowed to buy. They are not eligible. Okay, unless our LDAU, you need to apply for LDAU approval, but chances is not easy to get approval. So in CBD, 100% of the shop houses in CBD are full commercial, and foreigners are eligible. So this is really something that I see. That's the reason why CBD shop houses has been the most popular and the highest transaction district in Singapore.
Okay.
Because of the foreigner and the local are also looking to it.
So Richard, we need to ask you a very important question.
Okay.
Just come out of the circuit breaker for the last few months, especially since February. There's a pandemic going around the world. People have been talking about recession, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all kinds of stuff. There's stuff in the news. Some people say, oh, should buy now. Some people say, no, don't buy. The recession is coming. How do you feel the pandemic will affect the shop house segment? Do you feel it will affect the shop house segment?
Yeah. So it's typically, I can only say that it definitely affects the shop house market. No doubt.
Yeah.
Reason why? Just now I mentioned all the business, all the trade that all the shop houses are into. Okay, all the trade except the F&B, they can still do a bit of takeaway. The offices, the gym, the boxing, even the backpacker. Backpacker inside the rooms, there's 4 beds or 6 beds. There's some restriction. You cannot have all the 6 person stay inside the rooms. So safety distancing has actually also affect the backpacker. So you see, so all the trade and the officers is also same thing, because government actually wanted all the officers, the non-essential, to stay at home to work. Okay. So definitely all the tenants are affecting, and the tenants are also, some of the tenants who talking about the gym, all this, they are not making any income, so they have difficulty in paying the rent. So definitely it's affecting the shop house market, and it's not only the shop house market generally. It's also affecting, everywhere. Singapore, there's a lot of retail shop. It's also affecting. It's not just shop houses. It's an entire. Actually, it's the world, affecting the whole world. It's not just Singapore. It's not just shop houses.
Okay.
But do you think that this pandemic will kind of like also affect the demand for shop houses?
Yeah. So definitely, if you ask me, the demand definitely will be lower, because buyers will be more cautious. Okay, especially the local buyer will be more cautious, because if you buy a shop houses now, just imagine the tenants are not paying full rental. Over the last 1 month, I noticed there's quite a number of tenants. I can just share a bit of statistic. I think maybe 50% of the tenants are paying 30% rental reduce, 40% rental reduce range. Yeah, so there's quite a number of tenants actually paying 50% off the rental, original rental. The rental is 10,000. The tenants are only paying 5,000. Yeah, so definitely the landlords are affected, but I want to share something that it is also into CBD. Reason why I talk about CBD, because over the last 7 years, all the owners who actually own the shop houses, okay, I just mentioned about the percentage. Actually, it's quite around there. 70% of them are foreigner, and all these foreigners who actually bought the shop houses, they actually pay mainly majority of them, at least 50% of them actually they pay in cash. So they are not taking any mortgage loan. So this owner, chances of this owner getting affected is low. Okay, so this is what I want to share. So in CBD and all the first owner for shop houses, in CBD, for them, their cost of a shop houses is so low, their cost can be $1-2 million. And now the value of the shop houses is 10 million to 15 million. You just imagine their rental. So those owner definitely, some of the owner I just share with you, some of my friends, they actually given the tenant free rental for April and May. Because why? Reason why? Because this tenant has been a good tenant for this owner for the last 3 years, 5 years, 8 years. And this is the only time that this tenant actually face difficulty, and the landlord are willing to support them. So that is something. So if you ask me, will it affect or not? Yes, it will definitely affect. But what I want to say is, majority of the owner in CBDs have holding power. I cannot say 100%, okay, but I will say generally, majority of them has holding power. Yep.
Wow. So Richard, in a few minutes' time, we're coming to the Q&A portion. I don't know about the audience, but I'm loving what you're sharing. Shophouse is fantastic to see. It's even more fantastic to own, right? So for those who are listening in, we want to thank you for listening in. You're listening in to Richard Tan, the Shophouse guru in Singapore. So if you have any questions, I want you to just take this time, type it in the comment section, a question that you may have for Richard to answer. Any question about shop houses, right? If you want to ask Richard, go ahead and do that. Now, while we are waiting for the questions to come up, we have a special bonus for you who are listening. Richard will be sharing with us later on where he believes are the hidden gems or undervalued property in the market. What we need you to do is like our page, send your name and email address to this link. All right? Okay? The link can be found on our Facebook page. Okay? Also, it's not part of the live broadcast. It's a special recording that we have done with Richard. So you just give us your name and your email and we will send it to you. So Richard, let's see if anyone has any questions. So if you have questions, if you're listening in, please go ahead and ask Richard question. Any question on property investment or shop houses. Let's see if anyone has any questions. If not, it's okay. I want to learn a lot about shop houses. I got questions to ask. So we're just going to wait a bit more. If you have questions for Richard on shop houses, please type it in the comment section. Ask him a question, he will answer. Well, Richard, maybe your sharing is so powerful, huh? Well, everybody learned everything already, right? Everybody know how to share already. Okay, Betty has a question.
Yes. So Betty asked, how much to buy one shop house in CBD now?
Okay, generally shop houses in CBD, the prices start from 4.5 million. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the price started from 4.5 million all the way up to it can be 30 million, it can be 40 million, depending on the sizes lah. Yeah.
Wow.
So prices started from 4.5 million onwards.
Scarcity is driving the price up, huh?
Yeah, depend on the sizes. Some smaller one is lower, some bigger size one is higher price. And there's adjoining one will be even higher. Yeah. But generally the price started from 4.5 million onwards.
Okay. Okay.
Was it always 4.5? It has grown over the years, is it, the price?
Yep.
So better to, who knows where it will be 10 years time. Don't know, right? It could be worth a lot more. I see another question by Kwek Kim Hang.
Yep. So Kwek Kim Hyang is asking, are foreigners still buying into HDB shop houses?
Wow. Okay. So HDB shop houses, I think this gentleman know about foreigner are eligible to buy a HDB shop houses. I guess.
Okay.
HDB shop houses, foreigner actually can purchase the shop houses, even there are HDB as living quarters on the second floor. So, but the foreigner are required to pay a ABST on the second floor. Okay, generally, it's a 3-room flat. We call it 3-room flat. 3-room flat means there's 2 bedrooms, 1 living hall. So that is called 3-room flat. Yeah. So ABST apply. Say again?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, foreigner, they are eligible to buy. So the question was asking, does foreigner buy into HDB shop house? Yes, they do. But there's some setback on the HDB shop house is because HDB shop houses tenure has actually getting shorter now. Their tenure is only, some of them are talking about 50 years, some are below 50 years. Some houses even lower. Yeah. So that when the tenure are shorter, and the rental yield for HDB shop house generally is around 4%. Yeah, so you just imagine 4%, and their tenure is only 50 plus year. So and there's many private shop houses. Also you can actually get around 3% also. And their tenure are much longer. And some private shop houses are 999 and freehold.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is much better than if you compare to HDB shop houses. And HDB shop houses are not cheap. Recently there's one unit at Clementi Central. Clementi Central is where the bus interchange, MRT, and there's one small little mall there. So that place, one HDB shop actually sold close to 5.5 million.
Wow.
So you just imagine, so it's not cheap either.
Yeah.
And their rental yield is only 4%. And the buyer actually purchased that HDB shop house in Clementi Central.
Yeah. So if you're listening in, you can see why Richard is the guru. He even know how much is the shop house in Clementi, how much is the shop house in District 1 and 2. For those who are foreigners listening in, we want to let you know, besides a residential property, you as a foreigner or a PR can also look in the shop houses at various districts. You also can look at HDB shop houses. All right. Yeah. We have one more question from Linus there.
So Linus is asking, hi Richard, how much to top up the remaining lease to 99 years to the government roughly?
Okay. So
are you able to?
Yeah. I have seen. So in 2013, I remember one of the shop houses in Hong Kong Street, the top up lease is around 1.2, 1.5 million. So what I realized, 1.2, their lease balance is only left with 40 over years. So the owner actually wrote into SLA, and they request for the top-up lease to 99 years. So I remember 2013. 2013, the top-up lease from 40 over years to 99 years is 1.2 to 1.5 million. But now, 2019, yes, just top-up lease only. We're talking about 2019. 2020, I have not heard anything yet. Okay, 2019, there's a unit just recently also request for the top-up. The top-up list is close to 6 million, 5 over million. Wow. Reason why the top-up list has gone up so high is because the valuation price for the shop houses has gone up also lah. So yeah, this is, and there's no calculator. There's no calculator to calculate how much to top up and how much need to top up. So generally, it's through my experience that I know the owner, and the owner actually share with me, and I know how many years left, and they actually share with me. Then that is the reason why I'm able to share. Yeah. So the top up list has gone up all the way to 5 million and 5 point something. Yeah.
Wow.
So Richard, I'm curious.
We learned this. Yeah, Lois, you're saying, sorry.
No, I have a question myself also. So Richard, the prices of from you sharing, the prices of shop houses just keep increasing and increasing. So is it still a good time to go in and buy shop houses?
Yeah.
And what kind of return can I if I buy? Sorry. I have a going on.
You say.
Sorry.
You finish your question?
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let me finish my question. So is it still a good time to buy shop houses? And if I buy, what kind of returns would I roughly be looking at?
Okay, good. It's another very good question. I would say, in 2012, 2013, the same question has asked me, Richard, is this the right time to buy? Shop houses prices has gone up since then.
Yeah.
2014, people ask me the same question. So Richard, is this the right time to buy? So continue till today. So I will have to go back to the fundamental. I will have to go back to the basic first. Okay, the basic will be, again, it has to go back to the 5 key points why we should own the shop houses. Even in today's market.
Yeah.
The supply, the flexibility, and this and that. So these are the 5 key points that I will also share the same thing to the buyer, whichever buyer.
Yeah.
Whichever purchaser. Yeah.
So thank you very much. So we've just heard Richard sharing why he feels it's always a good time to buy into shop houses, because very simply, there's a limited supply. There's only about 1,000 plus unit shop houses in the whole of CBD. For the flexible of use that shop houses offer, it can be an F&B, it can be a gym, it can be office, depending on where it is located. Another important point that he shared is foreigners love shop house, and they can invest in shop house, and they don't have to pay ABST, don't have to pay SSD. So if you just join us, we want to thank you. Today we have a special bonus for you. Now, if you want the special bonus from Richard Tan, we want you to type in the comment section, say, yes, I want the special bonus. Come on. I want you to type in the comment section, yes, I want the special bonus. Richard will be sharing with us where he believes are the hidden gems or undervalued property in the market. All you need to do is just like our page, send us your name and email address to this link. All right. It's not part of the live broadcast. It's a video that we have recorded, and it will be sent to you. So if you want that, just type it in, and we will continue on. So we want to thank Richard for being with us today. Richard, we're not done. Many people are listening in. All right. Some are new property owners. Some don't own property. Some are well off. Some are foreigners. Different stages in life. Some are doing very well. They're multimillionaires and they're millionaires. If there is one thing or one of few things that you have learned from your journey of being richer, what would you want to share with the audience? Encourage them how to become richer.
Okay, I will put it three key points. Okay, these 3 key points will be, number 1, you need to have a purpose. The purpose in life.
Wow.
Why are you working so hard for? That purpose can actually trigger you to do all your best, full 100% willingness and 100% commitment to achieve what you need to achieve. Yeah. So number 2, I will put it, you need to set a goal. Okay, with the goal, then you have certain direction that what you want to be in 5 years time, in 10 years time.
Okay.
So that is a number 2 point that I feel is, which I apply it very, very, very strictly. The last one will be just have to take massive action to achieve it and make it happen. So that is what I want to share with everyone here. Yeah.
Wow. Good. I think we need to take time to digest that because you threw it out so fast. So I need to take time to digest that. So you think purpose, have a purpose, set a goal, and what's the third point?
Make it happen.
Make it
Just have
happen.
to make it happen. Yes.
Have a purpose,
yes,
set a goal, and make it happen. I'm repeating to myself, right? Have a goal, have a purpose, set a goal, and make it happen. Now we have a bit more time. There is one more question that I think the audience is asking, so we want to quickly post it up.
Yeah. So Vincent has this question. Hi, Richard. For a beginner in investment in property, do you recommend for a start in residential first, industrial, commercial, or shop house? And then second part of the question is for shop houses, typically what is the budget range for this kind of investment asset class? You know, is this considered the highest asset class investment in property? 3 questions in here. Let's take the first one first.
Okay. Which one should you invest first?
The first one first, like for a beginner, you know, do you recommend for a start, do you do resi first, industrial, commercial, or shop house?
I personally feel I think again it go back to me. You know, to me I learned to be step by step. You know, the very first step is, you know, even I started with HDB. So I feel that we started with residential first and we progress and we actually upgrade progressively lah. So again, I think you have to go back to the 3 key points again. You know, the purpose, reason why you investing in shop houses. Second, the goal, your goal setting. Which one you want to buy first? You buy the resi first. Subsequent, you want to buy what? Third, then you just make it happen. So generally, yeah, this is what I suggest. The first question.
Good advice. So second part is for shop houses. Typically, what is the budget range for this investment?
So shop houses actually generally started from 3 million, 2 point something. Yeah, you can even get a freehold or 999 shop houses in generally district 7 or 8, district 8. Yes, so yeah, prices can be as low as 2.5, 3 million. Yeah, so it can be as low as that. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the central region is about there also for resi prices.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the last part. So, is this considered the highest asset class investment in property?
Yeah, to me, I feel that, you know, shop houses should be the most precious asset class. You know, of course, GGCB is another one that is comparable, but GCB is residential. So GCB, foreigner are not eligible to buy unless they are his someone. But commercial shop houses, foreigner are eligible. So that makes a big difference. So I would say, yes, it is one of the highest as comparable to GCB. But foreigner are not eligible to buy a good class bungalow, unlike the foreigner are eligible to buy a full commercial shop houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Richard, we've learned so much. You really are the guru, the Shifu of shop houses. Thank you. You know, if you're there, we want everyone to just say thank you to Richard. Say thank you, Richard. We've learned so much. If you have learned a lot today, I've learned a lot today. If you have learned a lot today, I want you to just say thank you to Richard. You know, we could talk about shop houses until tomorrow. Right? Correct. No, we could talk about shop houses until tomorrow, but our time has come to an end. So we want to thank you, Richard, from the bottom of our heart. We want to thank you. Thank you so much for all the value that you've added. We see you soon again.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, David. Thank you, Lois.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Thank you very much. Now, if there are topics, if you're listening in and there are topics about property investment or related questions that you are interested in, let us know in the comment section and we will cover it in the weeks to come. Next week, our special guest, Kelvin Chuang. a corporate high flyer earn